The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The ball carrier.
These two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed. On 3rd down, Winston. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
A gain of 15.
15 for the Niners there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, Winston. Well, same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the red zone now, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston, that is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run with Mostert. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
That's good.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, a hit and a loose football. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Charlie Warner, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He lets it fly from Lockett. And got his man complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
4-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Wilson slings this out to Metcalf. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
56.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it's 3rd and 5.
Incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
On the return, the Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and
Check. Watch 54.
Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
And that's incomplete. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
For the 49ers.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Returnable for Lockett. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Their own 36-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
First down, San Francisco.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Right back to Coleman here on first down. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
The tackle made by...
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Winston completing a quick throw out wide. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
49ers.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
From what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well. Yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Brandon Ayuk returning it. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
On the return, the Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
On 2nd down, Mostert. 1st down and a little extra for Mostert. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Mostert. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. 3rd and short yardage. Winston. This is caught at the 20. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
San Francisco.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Coleman has it here right side.
Winston.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On the Seahawks.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts.
1st and goal.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Again, it's Winston. Dancing to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal.
Second and goal.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. They'll throw again. Winston on the screen. This is Coleman. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Jameis again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Winston.
Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
It's on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
Gay now set to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Come off the ball. Switch. Check.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
50 seconds to Mike. Off the screen.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Right there. 56.
36 power.
Coming up for you. 56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. I'm coming for you. Mike's 56.
They run it with Carson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out ahead away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost. It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion. Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
18 yards, first down Niners.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Winston. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Check, check, walk 54, walk 54. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Hey, watch that, check,
A second down throw for Winston. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. Third down here.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
For the field goal, a 43-yard attempt.
Oh, and this one slides to the right on Gay. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking, that's caught inside the 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 57 yards.
First down and goal to go.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From the 6.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
2nd down, Winston. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 19. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Jason Myers.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Ayuk on the return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
On the return, the Niners take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy?
Mostert. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
But obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Watch 15.
Off the play fake, Winston. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Get out the field, defense.
Winston. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Seahawks 42, 49ers 7.
56. Much 56. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. 36, 36.
Touch 50, touch 50.
56. Check 56. Blue down. White 56.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Check 26. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
They run again with Carson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run on first down. Carson about 3 yards there to the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
That's good.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Check, reload. Check 99. Check 99. Check 52.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. Now it's Carson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good red zone run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people.
And he's across the chalk, into the end zone, touchdown Seahawks. Chris Carson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Quarterback D-line. Get that quarterback D-line. Hawk 70.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that is incomplete. He took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Once again, it's Mostert. He spins free, and he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Mike's 15.
To throw is Winston. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Winston completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Flushed out right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's Mostert. And he's got Rome. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon.
Richie James on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, They're not as worried and concerned about getting him out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
To Chris Carson.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot to tap away.
56. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. 56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. Pick it up. Pick it up. Alert. 56. Mike, 56. Watch the run.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
What? 56, right there. 56. No chance. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Go. Staying open. Good job right there. Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Play action. It's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Complete to
one-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a 1st down.
And he'll be the one in the film session if he's saying, hey, run that one back.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 23. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
Intercepted. They'll take over.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And they take a knee.
Tonight's final score, Seahawks 49.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season.